Coming up today on your 5 News at noon, the investigation into Travis Scott and the deadly Astroworld tragedy is hitting close to home. Ahead, details on the rapper's 2017 arrest after fans rushed the stage at the Walmart amp. And Democrats in Congress are making deals to advance President Biden's Build Back Better bill. Coming up when they hope to have a vote on the nearly $2 trillion spending plan. Well, welcome to your 5 News at noon today. I'm Joe Ellison. The search for answers continues following the deadly tragedy at the Astroworld Music Festival in Houston. 8 people were killed when a crowd pushed forward after rapper Travis Scott took the stage. But the concert continued for almost 40 minutes after officials declared a mass casualty event. Police are defending the decision not to stop the concert earlier. Lilia Luciano has more from Houston.
Cell phone video shows a panicked festival goer at Friday night's Astroworld concert pleading for help from a camera operator, but the show would go on. Authorities say when Scott took the stage at approximately 9 p.m., the crowd of more than 50,000 rushed forward. People began passing out in the crush. Video shows first responders treating the injured, but authorities say they were overwhelmed. By the end of the night, at least 8 people would die, with more than a dozen hospitalized and scores injured as the crowd surge spun out of control. Kayla J. was there and says she tried to shield a man who had fallen to the ground, but she now fears he's among the dead.
I just held his hand until he let go.
Roughly half an hour after the show started, it was declared a mass casualty event. Later on, Scott stopped his set to help someone in the crowd, but started again soon after. His show didn't end until about 10:10 p.m., almost 40 minutes after the mass casualty event had been declared. On Saturday, Houston Chief of Police Troy Finner defended the decision.
We have to worry about riots. There was a cooperation and discussion between promoters, our fire department, the police department.
Scott posted this video on Instagram the next day saying he was unaware of the severity of the situation in the crowd.
I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening.
But some survivors say authorities did not do enough, like Basil Baig. He was at the festival with his brother Danish, who was killed in the crowd.
He got lost in the crew. I looked over my shoulder. He was there 1 second. And he was He did not deserve this. He did not deserve this. He did not deserve this. Okay?
Now, Scott actually faced criminal charges relating to a rush on the stage at the Walmart amp in Rogers. Now, this here is his mugshot from the Benton County Jail in May 2017. Scott was booked into the Benton County Jail, but was released only 12 minutes after being booked. Rogers police accused Scott of encouraging people to rush the stage and bypass the security protocols to ensure safety. Scott ultimately pleaded guilty to misdemeanor disorderly conduct and paid nearly $7,500 in fines. Well, the impacts of the Astroworld tragedy are also being felt right here at home. A Fort Smith father and son attended this festival and are sharing their experiences. Dan and Braden Smith were in the crowd when Travis Scott told people it was their last chance to get into the pit. That's when Braden says things started to look like they were coming out of a horror movie.
We're just getting trampled, and people beside me and behind me were passing out and then dropping to the floor, and then that space that they had would be pushed in, so I didn't see them after that. People were turning black and blue in the face, like they were on the ground because they couldn't breathe.
Well, Dan was worried his son was a part of those who were down, but was thankful when he got a call from Braden. Houston police are investigating, looking at videos, interviewing witnesses, and checking reports of someone being injected with drugs during this incident. Scott's released a video statement saying he will do anything to help the families of the 8 who died in this crash. The Smiths left Houston a day early and say they are glad to be alive and back in Fort Smith. All right, stepping outside, taking a live look downtown from the area agency on Aging Cam. It's already feeling warmer out there. Tyler, how long is this nice weather sticking around?
Yeah, Joe, unfortunately, today is the last day with all those blue skies, but we're going to see more clouds working in along with some rain chances for the middle of the week. But it's beautiful out there right now. Temperatures 60s, lower 70s, 72 in Fayetteville, 70 in Poteau, 69 in Fort Smith, and 69 in Bentonville. Temperatures for everyone should reach into the low to middle 70s for highs this afternoon. And take a look at this. There's not even a cloud popping up on the radar in satellite. That will hold that way throughout this afternoon. Here's a look in Springdale, too. You can see those blue skies that we have out there this afternoon. A lot of those fall colors right around peak right now across northwest Arkansas and for parts of the River Valley. Temperatures for the rest of the day, again, reaching towards the 70s. Changes start to arrive, though, later on tonight as clouds increase. We'll see more clouds for your Tuesday, and that will lead to more rain chances for the middle of the week. I'll break down those details coming up. Joe?
All right, thanks so much, Tyler. Well, while Pfizer vaccines are now going into the arms of children as young as 5, Pfizer has a new pill to treat coronavirus. Initial results from the company's study show the drug reduced hospitalizations and deaths by 89% in high-risk adults. It can also be used at home by people exposed to COVID or who have had mild symptoms. The pill still needs to be submitted, though, for authorization before it can be given to the general public. In the U.S., the drug maker Merck is also working on a similar pill to treat COVID. Merck's pill was approved in the U.K. just a few days ago. And 266 new COVID-19 cases were reported in the past 24 hours in Arkansas. Active cases down to 4,580. Now, the Arkansas Department of Health is reporting 14 COVID-related deaths. 290 are battling it from a hospital bed. 73 of those patients are on a ventilator. Well, Mercy NWA has revised its visitation policies and campus guidelines. Starting today, 2 visitors will be allowed per patient each day. Only 1 visitor per patient has been allowed since October of last year due to the pandemic. Now, the change affects Mercy Hospital Northwest in Arkansas, in Rogers, Mercy Hospital Berryville, and freestanding emergency departments in Springdale and Bella Vista. Mercy patients treated in outpatient clinics will only be allowed 1 visitor. For a full list of Mercy's visitation guidelines, just check out our website. That's 5newsonline.com. Well, President Biden returned to the White House today, where a landmark bipartisan infrastructure deal still awaits his signature. Now, when they return from recess, Democrats will turn to the second, more ambitious part of the president's agenda, a $2 trillion social spending plan that faces steep opposition from Republicans and reluctance from others in that party. Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
Mr. President, do you feel some momentum now?
President Biden is back at the White House Monday with a boost from Friday's 11th hour passage of the bipartisan infrastructure bill.
The motion is adopted.
The bill provides $110 billion to repair aging highways, roads, and bridges, $105 billion to modernize rail and public transit, $65 billion each to strengthen the electrical grid and expand broadband access, and $55 billion to upgrade water pipes.
The vast majority of the thousands of jobs that will be created don't require a college degree. There'll be jobs in every part of the country.
The administration says it expects to have shovels in the ground in the next few months.
We have administration expertise to get it done, so I'm very confident we can get it done.
The greater challenge is the president's bigger legislative goal, a nearly $2 trillion social spending plan known as the Build Back Better bill. The current version includes money for climate change, universal pre-K, and prescription drug reform. House Democratic leaders are hoping for a vote next week if they can get the cost estimate requested by moderates. The bill faces an even tougher climb in the 50-50 Senate.
We're going to do everything we can to stop it dead in its tracks.
With no GOP support, that means all 50 Democratic senators would have to get on board.
I think this will be the biggest pro-child bill that will have been done in the history of this country, even if some pieces of it are still being negotiated.
Democrats want to try to pass the bill by Thanksgiving. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Well, good news for festival goers. Organizers have announced the dates for the 2022 Still Horse Rally. Next year's rally will be held in Fort Smith on May 6th and then on the 7th. Organizers made the announcement on Facebook. They're already promoting the Thunder Through the Valley motorcycle parade, the Cops and Cones exhibition, and professional and amateur races. Donations from the rally help support our local charities.